There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and hit high in the air, deep to center field. McCormick back. The Blue Jays were down to their last out. And now Toronto leads 2-1.
To begin this 2024 season, the Houston Astros were thoroughly underwhelming. At the end of May, the Astros were firmly entrenched in the third spot in their division and had a record well below 500. Flash forward to now though, and the Houston Astros are undeniably the hottest team in baseball and are just rolling over any other squad that gets in their way. I've spent the last several days deep diving into the Houston Astros season and believe that I have uncovered the secret to the Houston Astros success, and honestly folks, it is freaking insane. What's up folks, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going to be talking about how the Houston Astros are doing it again and what is fueling this ridiculous stretch of baseball that they are on right now. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy baseball content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. Alright folks, let's get into it. So just over a month ago, I posted this video right here dissecting the Houston Astros season and discussing what at that point was just starting to turn things around for them. In that video, I spent a lot of time crediting the offense and talking about how oftentimes they were just slugging that team to victory. And whilst that video at the time was accurate, I do need to make an amendment because right now it is abundantly clear that if anyone on the Houston Astros deserves their flowers, then it's Josh Miller.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Josh Miller, for those who don't know, is the pitching coach for the Houston Astros, but it honestly might be better to start referring to him as a pitching wizard. Miller's been in this role with the Houston Astros for several seasons now and has always done a very good job, but this year in particular, he is reaching a new height. To best demonstrate just how impressive he has been and what it's meant for the Houston Astros on the field, I think that we need to talk about Yusei Kikuchi. Yusei Kikuchi is a strong lefty starter who's been in the MLB for 6 years now and was one of the biggest trade acquisitions for the Houston Astros at the trade deadline. Prior to coming over to Houston, Yusei Kikuchi was pitching to the tune of a 4.75 ERA and a whip of 1.34, numbers that were honestly pretty close to his career averages. Now those stats to me scream 4th or 5th pitcher, but clearly the Houston Astros felt differently. The Astros gave up an absolute haul to get Yusei Kikuchi, and effectively the entire baseball community was screaming at the top of their lungs that they just got fleeced by Toronto. But that's only because we didn't know what Josh Miller had up his sleeve. Yusei Kikuchi is currently 4 starts in with the Houston Astros and over 22.1 innings pitched, has a record of 2-0, an ERA of 2.42, a FIP of 3.07, and a whip of 1.030. What the actual hell? Now I know what many of you are probably thinking. Oh, it's a small sample size. It's probably just a fluke. We shouldn't give this too much weight. And while I agree that it has been a small sample size, what he's been doing recently is anything but fluky. Jace Journal writes, there were a couple of things the Astros had the 6th-year MLB player do in his first 11 strikeout start. After that August 2nd outing, Kikuchi told the Houston Chronicle's Matt Kawara that the coaching staff encouraged him to use his changeup. Throwing the off-speed offering 26.3% in the start led to a dominant performance against a familiar foe in the Tampa Bay Rays. That's a higher usage than he ever came close to in Toronto, and that is just the beginning. Kikuchi also used his slider more in both Houston starts, 31.6% and 34%. His high in Toronto was 25%, which he hit twice. Not only did he use the pitch more, but he used it more effectively. He garnered a 125 average against and a 60% whiff rate against the Rays, and then a 0 average against and a 27.8% 30% whiff rate against the Rangers. Legitimately overnight, Yusei Kikuchi went from pitching like a 4th or 5th starter to playing like an ace, and all of it has got to do with Josh Miller. And of course, Yusei Kikuchi is not the only one. Over the last 30 days, the Astros pitching is ranked 3rd in MLB with an ERA of 3.16, a massive reason why they're currently 8-2 in their last 10. They are also doing all of that without future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander, who should be coming back very soon. This Astros team is absolutely cooking right now, and if I was any other squad in MLB, then I would not want to have to be the one to run into them in the postseason. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.